You live long enough to become what you hate. Matt Hamilton has turned into a cranky old man.
Hey, Jim, get off my lawn.
Senior citizen Matt Hamilton with his old man takes. And we'll get to that in a second. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light, my friends.
And a lot of parents at home with their kids today may be crushing a Coors Light a little early. But, Matt, do you want me to read your tweet or do you want to read your tweet? Because this is where we're going to start.
You go ahead and read it.
I literally rolled my eyes and thought to myself, tell me you don't have children without telling me you don't have children.
Oh, but totally.
Here's Matt Hamilton. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but back in my day, this would not have been a snow day.
And first of all,
with a baby or old man emoji? Is that
old
what that
man
is?
emoji.
Okay.
So here, this is where I'm coming from. First of all, first and foremost, what bothers me the most is that kids these days, they don't get the experience of like true snow days. I remember in the winter, you wake up, you look outside, you see it's snowing. First thing you did is run into the living room, see if the news was on, and then wait for your little school to go across that ticker. Kids don't get that anymore. They call it a day in advance. And I get it. Like we were forecasted for 7 inches of snow, and it was going to be the snow of the century, and we were going to have just snow on snow on snow. And it's a little, we got a little snow in the morning, and then it died for a little bit.
Did you not watch the news, though?
It's sleeting a little bit.
It's supposed to be ice, and it is 2:00, which means the kids should be coming home from school on icy roads in about an hour.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Yes,
maybe they will.
They are icy. They are currently icy. The roads are icy. And they're only getting worse because it's raining.
I drove
they
in
are
and
icy.
I thought it was totally
What
fine.
time did you drive in?
Like, what time is it? 2:00? An hour ago.
Okay, and it's currently still raining and getting colder and dark, and it's not bright out.
I mean, it was
like it's facts that like it's going to be icy on the roads right now.
Yes, I'm not denying that. But
you want your children in a bus on icy roads with other drivers? Like this is what you're rooting for?
I'm super confident that this is no different than what the bus I had to get on to go to school.
You know what?
My
parents didn't have seatbelts in their car when they grew up. It wasn't the right thing.
Right.
Like you're going back to like
it's just
back
different.
in my day.
And it's different. Times is changing, but like the whole day in advance thing is crazy.
Again, tell me you don't have kids without telling me you don't have kids. That is a huge service to parents. And for Oregon School District, they've done it 2 weeks in a row. They've been dead on because the roads and conditions out there have been a nightmare the last 2 Thursdays, and they called the night before. And I only have younger kids. Imagine if you have high school kids. You know how great it is, or middle schoolers, you don't have to wake them up. They get to sleep in. You know how early some of these kids have to get up? If they take the bus, they are leaving their house at like 7 a.m., if not earlier, which means you have to get them up at 6:30. If you find out beforehand and you don't have to bother getting your kids up, they get to sleep in. So, yes, they don't have the experience of flipping on the TV.
They get to miss out on that.
But they get to sleep in.
Am I going to go back to sleep, or am I just going to get my snow pants on and go to a sledding
Mike the Postman chimes in with
I'm a
reason.
Man. I'm 40.
Do not drive if you don't have to. This sucks. Mike the Postman. In Oregon, Wisconsin, where my kids go to school, not that far from McFarland. Hardo Matt Hamilton. You guys called me a hardo.
I'm a man.
I'm not
40.
saying anyone is wrong.
Yes, you are. You said the roads were fine coming in.
Pressure.
Allegedly, it's icy out there.
They were not bad an hour ago. That's for sure.
For you. I drive. I'm fine in my truck as well. But a bus?
Like the heaviest vehicle on the road?
Oh, because those are really well known for gripping the roads. The buses, the great tires.
The buses don't go more than like 20 miles an hour.
With your children in them.
Yeah, okay. We can go ahead and play.
Also,
back,
if you really wanted to go back in your day, this isn't even a snow day. In Oregon, they have, not that part of it, Hardo. This is not counting as a day to have to be on later.
No Madison schools do that. No Madison schools do the online learning on snow days. This is a day off today.
Are you positive? Because up until today,
I was talking to some friends about it yesterday who have kids in Madison schools.
Okay, but up until today, Oregon didn't do it. Right. So, do you know that this school isn't doing it? Also, we have a huge Oregon, Verona, Middleton, McFarland. We're in a lot of places, and they do the online. And I don't know, Madison schools might not have done it yet. You know why Oregon schools started doing it? Because now they're tacking on days at the end of the year. They said, we don't want to tack on any more days. So now we're switching. We're sending you home. And it's not online learning. They're sending you home with a packet now. Hey, do this stuff while you're at home and bring it back. And that's it. But it's doing something, but they can count that as a day.
Yeah, I get that's awesome for those kids.
Yes, because they don't have to be later in the year. They don't have to go to school 4 or 5 extra days into the summer, cut into their summer vacation. Like, I can't imagine, like, you couldn't sound more out of touch. You'd rather be like Stoughton a couple weeks ago in the middle of, like, they didn't cancel the school to start. And in the middle of the day, the parents had to change on the fly because they found out the school screwed up and they said, our bad. Come get your children in the middle of the day.
It was.
That's stupid, though.
The power went out. The power went out at Stoughton.
I'm not saying,
but like,
it wasn't because of the weather.
But that's even worse because every other school in the area was canceled.
Yeah, that's correct.
Jimmy,
and then the parents had to go get them. But
back in my day, this wasn't a snow day.
but like, what is it? Okay, and
I'm a man.
There is no and. I was just trying to like go for the bit of back in my day.
Okay, but you wanted to come in hot on it.
I am coming in
but
hot.
You have to have a
back
point.
In my day, this wasn't a snow day.
And
that's the point.
What? That's not a point. That's a statement.
Okay.
That's an Aaron Rodgers. You just did an Aaron Rodgers. You just wanted to vomit something into the ether with no response to it.
Okay, I mean, fine. I understand all these parents. You got to keep your kids safe. I get that. I'm not saying that the kids shouldn't have gotten school. I'm saying this wouldn't have been called. It certainly wouldn't have been called the day before. I remember one time in my entire school existence that they called a snow day the day before it, like not the day before it snowed. It snowed all afternoon and it was going to snow all night. So they called the snow day the day in advance.
In honor of old man Hamilton over here, who has apparently no point. He just wants to say back in my day.
I did. That was really all it was. I turned 34. I'm old now.
But, and Strofe, you're young. What about back in your day? What do they do?
They didn't call it night before. I'm with Matt on this. I agree.
But wait, Matt doesn't have a
fun.
Matt doesn't have a point.
His point is this is a soft snow day.
No, he's not.
His point is this is a soft snow day.
Is that your point?
I mean,
because he hasn't given a point yet. He says he has no point. Because if he's saying it's a soft snow day, he's wrong. Mike, the postman, just chimed in and said, "Stay off the roads."
Yeah, 2 p.m.
What? That's only getting
worse. They decided what at 8:30 p.m. last night.
How they know
my drive in this morning was totally fine.
Great. How the hell are they getting home, Alex?
School buses.
In this weather, where the postman who has to drive in it says, "Don't drive in it."
Hey, is he driving one of those little white boxes?
Yeah,
I feel like those can't be the most safe vehicle on an icy road.
You guys are
school
both
buses.
He's not even on the right side of the car.
School buses with no seatbelts.
Fair point, man.
School buses with no seatbelts.
Hey, man, I loved when it would bounce and you'd get thrown in the air a little bit. That was a highlight of my childhood.
You two are morons. It's as simple as that. You don't have children. Apparently, you don't have any empathy. So mean to me. Don't have any empathy. Like, you're both wrong. But let's throw it out there.
Why do we have empathy?
Because why would you not have? Would you prefer to sleep in?
Like my girlfriend next to me? Yes, I would have. Yes.
But I mean, like when you were a kid. Let's say you're in 5th grade. And you just wake up at like 8, 9 o'clock because that's how you normally want to wake up. And your mom's like, "Hey, guess what? We don't have school." Fantastic, right?
Well, kind of. I'd first I'd wake up in a panic that I'm late.
Snowman out front.
For real. I know I do now when I have appointments and stuff. When I wake up and I have like a meeting for the morning, like I wake up in a panic anyway.
Do you not set an alarm?
No, Jim. You just get up when your body says to get up. I'm saying is it was a lot of fun to get up and see that ticker. And you had the choice, go back to bed or go put your snow pants on. And I always chose put the snow pants on and go enjoy this day that I was gifted for snow. And kids don't get that.
They did the last 2 snow days, and it's not a snow day. It is here's the thing you don't know. Buses honestly control most of these snow days.
Yeah.
Sure. And so
my neighbor actually ran a bus barn for McFarland.
So
I get that.
But there is a specific person, not your neighbor, not the one who runs the bus barn, but the person who manages the routes that says no. So like you get on the schools, it is the buses most of the time who say, "No, we're not putting," because there's also a timing thing, Matt. Because again, tell me you don't have kids without telling me you don't have kids. The one bus has to get to the next school. So now all of a sudden a kid could be like, my daughter's picked up at her school, and then they got to get to the middle school and then start heading home. Well, now the kids at the middle school who are already waiting might be waiting a half an hour before they're picked up. So instead of getting home at maybe, I'm trying to think here, like 3:40, my wife gets upset. That's why the kids
like 4:15.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really, and unsafe conditions. And also, Mike the Postman chimes in, "I'm a pro. I'll be fine. Save the children." It is not safe out there, Matt Hamilton.
Okay.
They're canceling everything. It's not just schools. Almost everything is canceled. It's not safe out there today.
That's because we're into cancel culture.
I have a truck. Again, you sound so stupid. I have a truck. I could drive around a 4-wheel drive.
What kind of truck?
But a truck from Cinnamon Chevy in Mount Horrible, only minutes away from a better buying experience. And I've been cutting through the ice like butter, like that kind of butter. I'm cutting right through.
Yeah.
That's how smooth the ride is. And I've been fine in the snow, but ice is way worse than the snow. Like as far as having driving, I'm with you on the snow part of it. If it was snowy, I'd be fine with it. But the ice, a nightmare. And I just want you to take a point. Alex Strofe at least took a point. The softest man in America is saying, "Keep your soft now."
No, I was here to make a statement. I was not here to make a point.
This is a soft snow day. That's not the kids' fault. Enjoy it, kids.
But why is it a soft snow day?
It wasn't that bad at it. And they canceled it
It's not. The game is not over. It's not what's happening when they're at school. It's when they have to get home.
It's what's happening 24 hours before they have to get home, and they're calling it.
But they've been right twice now.
Wasn't there one like last week?
No,
Was that bad?
No, it was though.
They weren't necessarily right. They're calling for 7 inches of snow, and we're getting freezing rain.
But in Madison, they called like if you bothered, and I can't.
I did. I looked at the weather last night.
Not
p.m.
Not the app. Like I can't believe I'm the guy that watched the weather broadcast. It said
meteorology guy.
Right. That said, Madison is going to get more sleet and rain than they're going to get snow. That was in the forecast last night.
Yeah, I was looking at the forecast. I saw 7 inches of snow predicted.
Right, but what
and it updates constantly.
On an app?
Of course,
on an actual broadcast, they gave you context to it because that app is for the whole DMA, which includes the Dells and up there and south into like Rockford. That app is for the whole DMA. If you watch the broadcast, they will tell you if you're in the Madison area, you're going to get more sleet and rain. So I can't believe I'm the one defending the weather folks right now. They were dead on. Everything they said was going to happen is exactly what happened. 844-770-3776. Do you prefer?
Oh, you definitely prefer being called a day early. 100%.
So how we want
to the fun out of it. That's all I'm saying.
But so maybe you don't prefer.
That's the stance I want to.
Our kids. Okay, 844-770-3776. Our kids missing out on the snow day experience by having it canceled the day before.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, they are. That is my point there.
Because again, this is classic, Matt. I've been there.
I love that take.
You guys are both idiots. It's like, this is how I liked it. This is how I had to do it. So this is the right way.
I mean, a little bit, but isn't that what everybody does? Everybody does it.
But Matt, logically, I'm saying logically.
Yes, logically, this makes more sense.
To
Parents can
point,
plan. Kids can plan. They can call their buddies. Hey, we got a day off. Let's do our homework for the first hour, knock this out, and then go sledding.
Let's have a sleepover. Play video games all night.
I get the bonuses of it. I just think it was a lot of fun doing the way I did it. That's all I'm saying. They're missing out on my fun experience. There's more than one way to have a good time on a snow day.
Daryl and Darylfield chimes in. Pretty sure Aaron Rodgers' grade school called their snow days the day before. See how he turned out.
He's a complicated fella.
608 chimes in. I plow for a living. I never agree with Jim, but I do today.
Wow.
Because it's common
608
sense.
plow, man. No.
Also, you.
I know I'm in the wrong here. I'm aware of
But also,
that.
like your take on the roads. What time you came in when?
I just said they weren't that bad for me.
Right. For you. Like,
for me. I said that.
I know, but like.
I didn't say they weren't that bad for everybody. I have all-wheel drive.
Should school have been canceled today?
I mean, probably. Given the weather, yeah. It probably is a good, safe call to have canceled it. My whole point is that I had a lot of fun waking up and having the mystique of seeing snow. I'm like, oh my gosh, could it be a snow day today? And then normally being let down, the fact that it wasn't. That was just enjoyable for me as a kid. And that's all I was getting at. I wanted to stand on a soapbox and make a statement. And you're painting me as this hardo that wants kids to go to school and die in buses.
Well, that's Alex painted you that way. Alex painted you that way because I asked.
What? I never said I wanted kids to die.
But
what are we doing here?
Here's where it was at. You stated, I just wanted to Aaron Rodgers it and just throw this out in the ether with no response.
Exactly.
Alex Strofe chimed in.
Maybe not with no response.
But then Alex Strofe chimed in and says, I'm with Matt. This is a soft snow day. But that... So
there was no agreement on my part,
right? But he's the one that's so
he instigated you. He got you all heated.
Right, I'm saying you got me heated with your stupid take. But that he's the one. But you at least admittedly, I'll give you this. You did not claim this. Like, you did not say what like the kids had to be at school today. Let's go out to 844-770-3776. Ron in the Key.
Hey, Ron.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Hey, guys.
Tell me how I'm
First of
wrong.
all, again. No. I mean, probably. I mean, Jim and I are both, olds. But so speaking of olds, Homer's right. It's as if someone from GKB didn't once own a bunch of Verizon stores. Why the heck can't Verizon call this number? It takes me like 10 times to get through and not get a message. But
I've had
like,
issues with that too.
Yell at cloud. Okay, fine. Done with that. In regards to like the complaining about like school getting canceled like the day before, the people who complain about such things, I feel like they've never been in charge of anything in their lives.
Exactly.
Like, you'd complain if they made the decision too late and were wrong. Either way, why didn't they have the weather reports? Why didn't they know the snow was coming? Are they idiots?
Ron, it's called having your cake and eating it too. And I love cake.
Yeah, it's you can tell it's the people that want to complain about anything because they've never been in charge. They're like, I don't know why leadership couldn't figure this out. You know what? I'm sure that it's insanity. It's the people that can't have any concept of putting their feet in the other person's shoes. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Did you, the one, not get optimized for by the person who had to make the decision for the many?
Yeah, I mean, if it was too snowy, I could just walk to school.
Thanks.
Why don't you kids just walk to school?
Thank you.
Thanks for the call, Ron. It is a great point because it is the worst type of people out there, the ones that like can't create or make a decision or anything, but then have an opinion on everyone else's decisions. Because that's not you,
I
Matt.
get
but
that too. Like my dad, when he had to pick me up one day, they called school like middle of the day.
that is such a
And
disaster.
He knew 100% like school was going to be called. We knew snow was coming. McFarland School District didn't shut down, and my dad had to pick me up, and he was pissed in the car.
It screws your whole day up if you have to like do it the other way.
And you
But
know,
you're pro that.
Stoked you are as a kid when you're like halfway through the day, and you're like, "Oh gosh, I got another half a day," and they're like, "You can go. School's over." You're like, "Oh, thank goodness."
All right, let's get out to Matt and Madison, 844-770-3776.
Hey, Matt, light me up.
You know what? Honestly, I got my dog in the car. His name is Giannis, and he thinks it was a great idea to cancel school a day ahead of time because I think it's just an advancement in technology, and anyone who says otherwise is just a denier of progress.
We don't
my
want to
kids this morning, my kids were excited. I told them last night school was canceled, and they were excited for a snow day today. We had breakfast this morning. It was great. All was chill.
What would be more exciting for your kids, do you think? Telling them that they had a snow day in the morning when they're thinking about getting ready for school?
But they get the same experience when you tell them the night before.
Jim,
My kids
let
were
him ask
thrilled.
the question.
I really think the closer it gets to having to go, like the closer you are to like, oh man, we're actually going to school. And then they're like, guess what? No school. That is thrilling. Thrilling
that's
news.
Kind of like a glutton for punishment, though. I feel like that's a feast or famine attitude versus just
You're
take
a
a good thing when you
Matt
get
Hamilton.
it.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I like what I like.
Thank you.
Masochist
Hold
Matt
on,
Hamilton
I wanted
here.
to find out how Giannis's wrist was.
Oh, Masochist Matt Hamilton here likes it tough. Like he likes to be brought up and then put down.
Yeah.
That's your kink.
Or,
there.
or like I want to be put down until I am about to break.
Yeah.
And then bring me back up.
Little tantric snow day for
Yeah.
you.
I remember there was times where my mom would turn off the TV and be like, you guys are going to school. We'd get ready. We'd brush our teeth. We'd pack the backpacks. And then, I guess school was canceled. Sorry, Matt.
That stinks.
No, it's awesome. Then you got to put your backpack down. Like, I'm done with you.
Could have just been sleeping. Here's the thing. There's sleet and ice all over the ground, clearly. But now's the time to start thinking about outdoor luxury patio furniture. My wife and I just picked up some Adirondack chairs from the Bruce Company. We're excited to get them because we know they're going to last forever. And not only that, right now through February 28th, they have a sale on their Summer Classics line, 30% off new special orders. So ask yourself, what is the lifestyle you want outside? Then let the trained staff at the Bruce Company help you find and bring your outdoor dreams to life. The Bruce Company, your outdoor living experts. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Jim Rutledge here from Rutledge and Hamilton, weekdays 2 to 4 on ESPN Madison. Listen to Matt and I every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win some booze. And continue to listen for your chance to win the grand prize of throwing back a drink with the Rutledge and Hamilton crew. This month, we're giving away Simply Spiked Lemonade, a new line of bold, full-flavored spiked lemonades crafted from the lemonade experts at Simply. Listen every Thursday for your chance to win.
Simply Spiked Lemonade, a new line of bold, full-flavored spiked lemonades crafted from the lemonade experts at Simply. Made with 5% real fruit juice that's been squeezed and concentrated, plus a little fizz. These beverages are bursting with sweet and tart lemonade flavor. Choose from 4 delicious flavors, including strawberry, blueberry, watermelon, and signature lemonade. Try some Simply Spiked Lemonade, a deliciously refreshing and full-flavored lemonade with 5% alcohol and real fruit juice.
The best quality roofs, siding, windows, and doors, expertly installed and at an affordable price. Hi, this is Bo from Ridgetop Exteriors. Integrity, excellence, quality, and community are what we value here at Ridgetop because we want to do a great job to help our friends and neighbors. We always want to exceed expectations because customer service is our number one goal. We're trusted local experts you can count on for your home exterior projects. Thanks for choosing Ridgetop Exteriors for your home's next project. Go to ridgetopexteriors.com for a free estimate.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Castrol Edge can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP extended life oil filter for only $38.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Did you know that several industries like e-commerce, healthcare, and surprisingly hospitality are heading for a hiring boom this spring? If you need to hire qualified candidates ASAP for any of these industries or any other industry, you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's matching technology finds qualified candidates, and you can invite your top choices to apply. Millions of employers have used ZipRecruiter to help grow their teams. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/Greeny to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/GREENY.
Help us close the book on 2022. We have some 2022 Audis still in stock and ready for delivery. You can also take advantage of 4.99% APR financing for up to 60 months on most 2022 models. Available on select models. See dealer for details and exclusions. $18.87 a month per $1,000 finance. No down payment required. Qualified buyers through Audi Financial Services. Offer ends February 28th. See your Audi brand specialist to set up your test drive today. If you're wanting to leave 2022 in the dust, check out our website to view the variety of 23 models arriving daily. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Zimrick Audi of Madison, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Clinical trials are essential to advancing medications, vaccines, and devices. LabCorp has been conducting clinical trials for over 40 years and has helped bring many of the medications we use today to market. You may be compensated up to $19,250 for time and participation in trials. At LabCorp, your safety is the #1 priority. Learn more about how you can help advance the future of medicine at LabCorpClinicalTrials.com. That's LabCorpClinicalTrials.com.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ridgetop Exterior.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back.
Shout out to Cool Hand Luke in Blanchardville. He's the one out there snow plowing that said, like, hey, stay off the roads. He doesn't usually agree with me, but shout out to Cool Hand Luke for that. He was.
We've had a lot of that lately.
What's that?
All of a sudden, everybody's agreeing with you about everything. I think they know my stance on Aaron Rodgers, disagree with me. So, like, you know what? Hamilton is an idiot.
Someone's in their feelings. Well, Pete and Fitch Vegas kind of agrees with both of us. And I do have a question for Pete if he's listening to follow back up. And I don't mean this in like an aggressive way. When was the last time you've been outside? Because the roads have, for me, it was right after I had worked.
I think he's agreeing with my stance. Like, that was fun as a kid.
Okay, we'll have to.
I don't
No,
think
no,
he's-
no. I'll tell you I'll tell you the message here in a second here. But I was over at Carbon earlier today, and so it was after that workout, and then like around like 11:30, I was coming over here and it started sleeting.
Yeah.
And then the roads from the Carbon World Health is over kind of near north and south over off Mineral Point and Whitney Way over that way, and so I was coming in from that way, and it was sleeting, and the people were slipping. Because it was, at least when it first came down, the salt truck folks are out there doing their thing, but it came down fast and hard. You hadn't left your house yet, so maybe maybe it didn't rain over or sleet out in McFarland on the way in, the roads were not like cars are sliding, like trying to get going. I switched over to 4-wheel drive because I was like, this is slipping a little bit there. So
I mean, I was just living my fog hat life and going with a little slow ride.
I was listening to, we'll get to that in a minute there, but I was listening to a song I think it applies to the Green Bay Packers. We'll get to that a little bit later. But Pete in Fitch Vegas chimes in as a dad with 5 kids, which means he might be just over this snow day. At 3 schools, each 15 minutes or so apart, this is the phoniest snow day in 20 years of parenting. However, I appreciate the decision. So I guess he's not over it.
Yeah.
The roads are not great right now.
No.
And so, honestly, if it had snowed this close to the end of school, I would say they missed. But this sort of like sleety, disgusting muck out there it's going to be,
especially the roads that aren't super well traveled.
And
I was going on Monona Drive, and Monona Drive's got pretty decent cars. Like constantly running over the spots. Like I had very few issues because one, I was going below the speed limit.
Yep.
And just putzing along.
And even that's what Monona Drive's it's one way each way though.
Yeah.
So like 14,
well, there's some
but 14 is usually 3 to 4 across. So again, not as much cars going over each track and keeping the road.
And I get that. And again, I understand the safety of it. They just must not have cared as much about my generation because this definitely, I don't think would have been called a snow day for me. And again, I'm not saying that was probably just wrong at the time. And they're making the right call now. I'm just saying it's a different world. It's a brave new world that we're living in. And I loved my childhood. So I'm just saying back in my day, we wouldn't have done this.
But like, I loved my childhood too. But looking back on it, I think the other part of it is
like you were on a bus in some dicey situations for sure.
But that I didn't love, like, that's like, again, I'm sorry. That's just stupid.
I'm not saying I loved it. I'm just saying they made the wrong call, but I just thought they did it. I thought that was just like, you have to go to school and we're going to risk life and limb to get you to school.
Right.
I thought that was
you
just
learn
the way.
so much each day at school. But like, here's the,
I mean, not everyone can absorb information like a sponge like I do. So.
Yes. But I will say this. The one take is just ridiculous that like they should be out on the roads right now. Your take on the morning, like, I think you'll change when you see that, like, because right now you only know your personal experience.
Right.
I know my personal experience and I see my kids' experience.
As a parent, having a whole night to plan makes a lot more sense.
Forgiven that, they're just as excited. They're very excited. Now, again, they're younger, so like they like school. Like they like my oldest was like, I want to go back and see my friends. I miss them as a person. Like that's your socialization at that age. Like, and they're better at school than I ever was, probably even starting in kindergarten. So like, but they're like really good at it. So they are actually like, they're excited, but at the same time, they're hoping they go tomorrow because they want to see their friends.
Right.
But I think in general, for the older kids, and Matt, I think if you went back and told yourself, you wouldn't believe it. If you're just like, hey, they now know it's going to be nasty the day before and they're not going to put kids at risk. So you just get to sleep in. You'd be pretty excited about that. Cause you'd be like, let me call up whomever and like have a pizza party and let's do a whole thing.
Another little difference is like, I grew up on a street at like kind of my block. There was like 6-7 kids around my age that we would just go to either my backyard or my front yard and go sledding. Cause I lived on a hill. So it was one of those, like, if there was a snow day, it was almost like an unspoken rule that if you felt like being outside, you're coming over to my place and we were going to go sledding.
Ron of the Key also chimed in with another good point. He said, for the record, where he's from, they didn't find out until this morning. They got a 5:30 a.m. call, text, and email. And that's how it works now. So like that old system that you
of watching
that's long gone. That's been gone for for at least 10 years.
Wah, wah.
So like this is still appreciated. So the kids are just still not woken up. So to your point, parents find out super early. So all again, Matt, to Ron's point, and he's right, all that happens is that I get woken up or my wife gets woken up with this text or call And then
you get to give that awesome
but then
news to a sleepy kid
but
who's just
we're
like,
up.
hey, you don't have to go to school, buddy.
But we're up.
I
then.
love you, Matt. You're spot on right now, man.
No, you guys are both idiots. I mean, you're just riding or dying with your idiotic take, and that's fine.
Yeah, maybe. I just think it's more fun to be told day of that you ain't going to school today, kid.
It's an
go back to sleep. Go put your snow pants on. Do whatever. You don't have to get your book back.
Bed and then wake up, maybe getting ready for the day.
You expect to go to school the next day, and then you wake up and you see it. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go turn on the news. I hope I see McFarland School District.
But that's the thing that hasn't been around for at least a decade.
Gone now. I guess.
So I mean, like that one, like
so yeah, it's done. But the idea of like getting ready and then being told like, hey, guess what?
I know, but Matt, I guess what I'm trying to get you to understand is
It's
that like
relief.
what I'm trying to get you to say is that you may have loved what you had, but I think unequivocally this is better.
I think kids love it just as much, 100%.
And so it's better.
It's better for the parents, 100%.
It's better for the kids. They get to actually plan out the day. The kids get to know what they're going to do. They have friends over. They can do a whole thing.
Yeah, maybe.
And now all they have to do is fill out a few worksheets, and they don't have to stay an extra couple days in the summer.
Oh my gosh, that would have been the biggest struggle for me. The worksheet, it would have been procrastinated.
Yeah,
I
but Matt,
probably would have met up with my buddies on the bus for the next day of school and tried to fill it all
Matt,
out.
I would imagine if that was the case for you, that was the case for everything you were asked to do for school.
100%.
So like the teacher just would have assumed Matt's not turning this in anyway.
No, I'm just turning it in, but it's going to look like he did it on the bus.
Right. And that's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But that
Procrastination champion.
saves the rest of the students who actually might do the work from having to stay in the summer. Cutting into the summer vacation is a bigger crime than.
Oh, totally agree with that. I would much rather. There were days like when you get a snow day and you found out like, okay, this is the third one we lost a day of summer. Send us to school. Bring the buses. I don't care how dangerous it is. Don't take my summer away.
Send me a worksheet. I'll fill it out.
Definitely
happily.
send me a worksheet. I wish that was an option when I was younger.
Another option you can consider when you're planning for the future, because things will continue to change. At Canopy Wealth Management, they take the time to truly get to know and understand the dynamics of your values, goals, and plans for your family. No family fits a generic mold, and neither should your financial plan. At Canopy, their clients' financial goals are something they're constantly striving to help them reach their maximum potential. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started with them today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
So you're telling me that you wouldn't want to find out exactly when you retire? Like the guy calls you in the morning like, hey, Jim, guess what? Canopy Wealth here. You
now
can
he's
retire.
going too far.
Yeah, we should not have. Do you want to know what day you're going to die, Matt Hamilton?
Get a call from Grim Reaper at 5:30 in the morning. Hey, bro, coming for you today.
Matt, what's better? Knowing you're going to die at 85 or getting a call one morning and waking up being the Grim Reaper saying, hey, Matt, you're going to die in about 5 minutes.
Maybe that one. Surprise, surprise.
But then you can't live like you're dying. Shout out.
I always do.
Tim McGraw. This is Rutledge and
Good tune.
Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Whether catering an event or dining in, I recommend North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Jim Rutledge here, and from their slow-cooked brisket to their fish fry and everything in between, North and South Seafood and Smokehouse has earned our love on Rutledge and Hamilton. They're the official barbecue joint of our show, and they should be your first choice the next time you eat out. Tell them Jim and Matt sent you. North and South Seafood and Smokehouse in Madison, Verona, and DeForest.
Hey, Coach, you wanted to see me?
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know we're going with Geico for next week's game.
Geico? As our starting point guard?
Geico really delivers in the clutch, with over 85 years of great claim service right when customers need it most.
Coach, Geico isn't a basketball player. It's an insurance company.
Yeah, I just feel like Geico gives us our best chance to win.
Are you serious right now?
Thanks, champ. Knew you'd understand.
For the choice you can always rely on, go to geico.com.
Chris, this needs to go to Parkville by 3.
Joy to the holiday packages that keep coming at Jimenez Couriers.
It's coming your way, but the drop-off location is changing.
She needs delivery drivers with the gift of punctuality.
Anyone looking to pick up some overtime? Anyone?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
At Starion Bank, they pride themselves on being a super community bank.
small enough to show they care about you and the communities they serve, while being large enough to make big things happen. With 3 Madison area branches in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona, Starion Bank is here investing in your community while offering valuable personal and business banking services. Start your experience with Starion Bank today by going to starionbank.com. Member FDIC.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
That'll do it. Down goes the second-ranked team in the state. La Follette hands Middleton its first loss of the season in overtime. 75-72.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania is also brought to you by UW Credit Union, Stoughton Trailers, Nations Lending, and the Great Dane.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
This is Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy for St. Kate the Arts Hotel. During your next visit to Milwaukee, St. Kate is the ideal destination for any stay. Recognized as one of Milwaukee's most esteemed hotels, St. Kate offers a modern luxury experience with an artful twist. With a prime location downtown in Milwaukee's Theater District, St. Kate serves as a creative hub for the city, where every aspect of the hotel is inspired by music, painting, sculpture, and design. It's a place to discover, remember, and connect. Learn more and book your next stay by visiting stkatearts.com.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed. Oh, yeah? Yeah, he's starting with the whoops. Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
I'm not having any fun. I'm not feeling so alone. For once, every voice is like a low. Dead gunshots fired and the words get spun like a web. I'm not having any fun. I'm not having any fun.
Stay safe out there, folks. Matt Hamilton believes it's fine, go as fast as you want, but I say take it slow.
You putting words in my mouth?
You said you guys both called everyone soft, so
No, I said I was listening to Foghat, Slow Ride. I am all about driving safe, but as long as you drive safe, it's not that bad.
What song, we're going to get to Rich Eisen in a minute here, the Rich Eisen show, Tom Pelissaro, who used to work for, I think, the Green Bay Press Gazette, but he worked in Green Bay covering the Packers, so he's connected. Right. And what he has to say kind of lines up with some of the other stuff that's coming out. I think it's clearly coming from the Packers. But I wanted to ask you this, Matt Hamilton. I was listening to a song on the way in. Jim Steinman, do you know who he is? No. So Jim Steinman wrote a ton of songs in the 80s for like Bonnie Tyler and or Taylor, I don't know which one it is, but she's saying Tyler. So I
Need a Hero.
Yes, and Total Eclipse of the Heart. He wrote songs.
Okay, I know that song.
Celine Dion wrote a lot of her songs too, like
Celine.
Yeah, and also a lot of songs for Meatloaf. And so, like, the guy has like, he's just a big time singer. What was that?
The Celine one?
Yeah, what was that?
Oh. I was in Vegas a couple years ago for a curling event, and I believe Celine's Canadian.
Yes.
Anyway, a bunch of the Canadian fans were just into it, and I was kind of like mocking them there, like, "Oh, Celine Dion."
So that was a joke for you.
It was for me, yeah. I seriously, if I can't laugh at myself, then what's the point?
All right, sorry, Jim. Continue.
Yes.
Well, I did see something here that just kind of distracted me, so we'll have to get that in a second. But I want to ask you this question. If you were going to name, like, what song currently do you think applies to the Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay Packers situation? 844-770-3776. You want to be sedated? So the one that I heard was 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Like, I think that it's more like the Packers, they want him to play, and they'll go so far to make him feel wanted, but they're never going to love him. That's how the song goes. It's like, I want you, I need you, but I'm never going to love you. And I think that's kind of where the Packers are now with Aaron Rodgers of like, hey, man, we want you back. and we need you back. But I don't. That's a good one. But I don't. They don't necessarily love you.
Mine would be Tanya Tucker, Forever Loving You.
You think that's how? Not
That's
you.
me.
No, but that's not the question.
Oh.
Between the Packers, like,
okay.
and Green Bay.
Hit the road, Jack.
So
And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Yeah, that was Ray Charles. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Sorry.
probably the Packers song to Aaron Rodgers. That's what it seems like to me, at least.
There's more information coming out there. We're going to see if we get the audio in a second here. But apparently Jeff Darlington, who is on Get Up earlier, said a very important Packers source said that Aaron Rodgers will be back with the Packers this season. So I just sent that over to Strofe. He's going to give it a listen to make sure there's no swears in it. But I doubt it. Circles by Post Malone is someone that chimed like that's the
That's pretty good.
That's the only song I know how to play on guitar. Besides,
I don't believe you.
I swear to God, it's 2 chords. It's very easy. It's the
there's
only
a ton
song
of as I'm
besides
learning to play
Wonderwall.
guitar. There's a ton of like
You're learning to play guitar.
I'm doing my best, but there's a
I didn't know
boatload
that.
of there's a boatload of like 2 chord songs.
Jim, you and I should start a band.
Yes, we should. Out of
Need a
sync, we'll
drummer?
call it. We'll call it out of
Yeah,
sync.
you drum.
Yeah.
I'll sing and play guitar.
How about this? Can we set a goal? I think a fair goal. So our 1-year anniversary is Friday. How about our 2-year anniversary? We perform.
I love you so much, right?
Like, would that be great? Like, I think we could pull it off. I think I could get a simple
You
enough
sound
song.
like Alex. Let's do something that we're never going to
No,
do.
write it
Let's
down.
go camping.
I do want to
Let's
go
go
camping. I
camping.
still want to go camping. That sounds like
Let's
so much fun.
Try and hike all the way to Stevens Point.
I like that idea better.
Let's have Jim sing Wonderwall as I perform it. I believe that was also
Oh
something.
my
that's
gosh, yeah. For
Well, we
losing,
can still do that.
Oh my goodness.
But
yeah.
I am down.
We're full of empty promises.
The camping idea was my best one that we didn't do. We really do need to take a camp.
Also, so Pat Madison chimes in. No more I love yous from Annie Lennox is his choice there.
Love Annie
right, all
Lennox.
right.
Love Annie Lennox.
Best song for the Packers to sing about Aaron Rodgers is Ball and Chain by Social Distortion. What about You Can Go Your Own Way by Fleetwood Mac? That song slaps, if you will. And Skeeter chimes in the song from Meatloaf that applies to this. I would do anything for love, which maybe is for Jordan Love. I would do anything for love. And that means I'm not going to bring back Aaron Rodgers. But if you got a song that applies to you think the Aaron Rodgers situation, not how you feel about it, but how do you think it just kind of describes the essence of it? There's another one that I don't know the name of the song, but it's like, I heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend that you're messing around. But that song is about like, hey, I know you're cheating, but I'm still going to keep you. And so like, that's kind of what Packers are like, hey, I know that you're like flirting with all these teams, but we're going to keep you. Have you had a chance to get that audio I sent you, or what are you doing over there?
I'm not seeing it. Where'd you send it to?
It's your DMs.
He slid into
Oh,
your
there is a
DMs,
video in there. I just saw a tweet. Okay. Yeah, I gotcha.
I've been trying to like stall
Procrastinate? Yeah.
for a while here. But apparently, Alex, are we ready for it now? We can assume they didn't swear. We can probably just fire it up. This is Jeff Darlington, who I know from went down in West Palm Beach. Very nice guy. One of those guys, the anti-Bob McGinn. Young guy.
Nice.
Also super nice. Like super nice.
I am
And
into it.
him and George Sedano were super nice
I also
dudes
know
down
Jeff.
super nice guys down in the
Great
Miami
guy.
Dolphins media room. So
You ready?
yeah, I'm ready.
So I should click play?
Yes.
Okay, I'll click play right now.
Go.
Click it. Real good. Lyndon Madison chimes in, which does seem to fit. REO Speedwagon, Keep on Loving You is the song that she applies to this situation. Montana Mo chimes in. Motley Crue, same old situation. Sadler and Madison chimes in with Before He Cheats. So maybe the Packers want to take a Louisville Slugger to the side of his truck or whatever. I forget how the song goes exactly, but that could be another one there as well. Yeah, there you go. Jesus Take the Wheel. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm just naming country songs. Yeah. I think really a lot of country songs you sing about, like, instead of singing about how sad you are about your dog, you just now sing instead how sad you are about your quarterback.
I guess that's the situation.
So the one part in Darlington's, and so I mean, I'm not questioning Darlington part, but the weird part for me when he talks about the source within the Packers saying, well, when you look at his contract, well, you know his contract. You know what I mean? Like the contract is not the part of it. It's more of like, I'll say this, and this might surprise you guys. I want Aaron Rodgers back with the Packers because I think chaos.
Hold on, yeah, exactly. There's going to be a double edge to this, and it's going to be Jim as the Bear fan wants him back because he thinks that it's going to be bad for the organization.
Well, no, I think they're going to go out and they're not going to win a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. Like I feel very confident with that. I have no concerns whatsoever. This is a Super Bowl caliber football team, and I don't think they're going to go all in like Aaron Rodgers wants. So like I think they're going to run it back. They'll be slightly better, but so is everyone else. Yeah. And maybe they even get to the Super Bowl. I just don't think they're on the level of the Chiefs or anyone else. But my point being, now they're just stuck holding their onions with Jordan Love. Like it has just completely ruined the Jordan Love scenario. Because then if Aaron Rodgers, you have to play this game again, but now they have to decide, are they paying Jordan Love $20 million? And now it gets real because then next year there has a real decision to be made. And even if Aaron Rodgers retires, that jams their cap really bad. And so if Aaron Rodgers retires, he's going to have a minimum of like a $20 million cap hit. They can sign him and spread out the cap hit, but it's still going to be a minimum of like $20 million if Aaron Rodgers decided to retire next year. So then you have $40 million at the quarterback position to play Jordan Love on a 1-year deal, or you let him walk and he goes somewhere else, or you're going to have to trade him now. So like from a chaos theory, I find it hilarious.
Right.
And I also don't think that Aaron and Matt connect together. Like, I don't think it's good for both sides for Aaron to be back. I don't think they're going to get to where they want to get to. And that's just my personal opinion of it. I think there's a lot of parts to it. Right now, though, and we'll continue to take your text on. These are great. This is basically Pat Madison chiming in with more of like Aaron Rodgers' circle who's leaking to Adam Schefter, but then goes with "It wasn't me," Shaggy style. Because honestly, the theory I believe the most is that Aaron Rodgers either did it on purpose to make Schefter or Rapport look bad, or was trying to snuff out a leak. With that
I think he was trying to find a mole within his
right. So
group, yeah.
Again, but like either one, the show must go on by Queen chimes in from Josh and Waupun. You're So Vain, which is a very good one for Bobby in Middleton chimes in with that one
Back
as
in
well.
Black by AC/DC. That's for me and Aaron Rodgers. This news of him probably being.
But again, it's not you and Aaron. It's Aaron and the Green Bay Packers.
I don't care. This is how I feel.
It's Matt and Aaron. Our guy Rob in Madison called and he said he couldn't come on the air because he's out salting, so he wanted to focus on that. But the two suggestions he had.
How seriously does he take salting? I just take a cup and throw it out.
Well, no. He's driving a truck.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
You said out salting. Okay, then yes.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. Yes.
Right, but like I think of like you're out salting.
My first what is the motion you're doing? It's making me uncomfortable.
You fill a cup.
It looks like you're. Never mind.
Thanks for the compliment that I'm all the way out here, but I would say.
Oh my.
I scoop a cup of salt and I toss it out of the driveway.
You're welcome. Robin Madison
I'm very vain
suggested
now.
Crazy Bitch by Buck Cherry.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. You just said that.
You had another one with the same word, but I'm not going to repeat that word more than once. Yeah.
Fair.
All right. Maybe we'll play one of those coming back. Not that one. Right now we got to take caller. What are we doing here? Caller what?
Let's do caller 6 and caller 9.
Nice. Caller 6 and caller 9.
David Bakhtiari.
844. The Derek Engler. I'm sorry. That's a Derek Engler.
Sure.
Engler rocks. He's a teammate. He's a Badger legend. He's our guy. Derek Engler. 69. That's what he wore. That's his email. He's got a 69 at the end of his email.
Perfect.
Make that booty pop.
There you go. Derek Engler. 844-70-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller number 6 and caller number 9. You're entered to win that $50 gift card from North and South. Compete. Or basically you pick a winner between Matt and I as we compete for a minute to win it. 844-770-3776. Caller 6 and 9. You're entered to win that $50 gift card from North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
There may be snow on the ground, but now is the time to get excited about enjoying the outdoors on luxury patio furniture. Let the trained staff of the Bruce Company help you bring your outdoor dreams to life. The Bruce Company, your outdoor living experts. Former Badger and NFL player Chris Maragos joined Rutledge and Hamilton on ESPN Madison on Tuesday. Maragos discussed his $43.5 million lawsuit win over the NFL and the process that went into bringing that suit forward.
I had a knee injury in the game that I was playing against the Carolina Panthers back in 2017. Had some difficulties throughout the surgery and rehabs for some unfortunate situations that brought the suit forth.
Find the full conversation with Chris Maragos in the Rutledge and Hamilton tab on WisconsinOnDemand.com and the Wisconsin On Demand app.
Lock in your prices at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin by February 28th and get 0% interest for up to 48 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe, my friends over at Condon Jewelers. The jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. Whether you're looking to take the next step in your relationship or you're just looking to treat yourself, Condon Jewelers has you covered. My guy Diamond Jim, the owner of the store, is always in the store, ready to help you find the fit that's best for you. Condon Jewelers on East Washington Avenue near the Easttown Mall or online at condonjeweler.com. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Nice run. It's great being back out on the mountain. You sort of disappeared for a while. Everything okay? Between you and me, it was lower testosterone. Lower T? Yeah. The doc told me once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone, and that can make it harder to stay in shape. That's why I started taking Nugenix Total T. It's made a huge difference.
Oh, I've seen that on TV. Is it for real?
For sure. It's the #1 doctor-recommended testosterone booster. It boosts free and total testosterone levels to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. My wife, my boss, my kids, everyone has noticed a change in me.
Do they still give out complimentary bottles for people to try for themselves?
Yes. Just send them a text.
Guys, text HATCH to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone brand at GNC and Walmart. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back in shape fast, absolutely free. Text HATCH to 321-321. That's HATCH to 321-321.
If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, buy local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Oil changes, brakes, alignments, and warranties. Honda's certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, buy 3 and get the 4th for just $1 when they mount and balance them for you. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Stoughton Health provides comprehensive and compassionate care to Stoughton community and the entire Madison area. From our sports rehab facilities in Oregon and Stoughton to our renowned ortho team with Dr. Ravel, Stoughton Health can help. Learn more at stoughtonhealth.com.
Hey, it's Alex Stroh from ESPN Madison. Join me the morning of Wednesday, March 8th for the Morning Sports Report presented by the Madison Area Sports Commission. I'll be joined by featured guest speaker Ken Pomeroy, the star college basketball advanced statistician, who will discuss his Ken Pom rankings, preview the Big Ten tournament, and much, much more. The Morning Sports Report begins at 8 a.m. at the Edgewater Hotel. Sign up for free at madisonsports.org/MSR. The Morning Sports Report is supported by American Family Insurance, Oak Bank, Supreme Structures, and DMI.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Medicine.
Come over here, sit next to me. You can see where things go naturally. Just say the word and I'll part the scene. Just come.
Molly Brown chimes in. I'm with Jim on this one. Matt, you're the old man like McGinn. Cut deep there, Molly Brown, America's favorite producer, host of First Watch and Molly's Game over here on Rutledge and Hamilton. First Watch is on the Rutledge and Hamilton feed. Saw a video a second ago, Strofe, of Shaka Smart celebrating the buzzer beater against, or the final buzzer sounding against Creighton. He jumps in the air.
He's awesome.
I love him.
Dude, I got to be honest, and it pains me because, you know, there's this, I didn't go to the University of Wisconsin, but I've always been a Badger fan. My mom's a UW alum.
Yeah.
So there's supposed to be this rivalry, right, between Wisconsin and Marquette and hoops.
Yeah.
It's really hard for me to root against Marquette. It's really hard. They're really fun this year.
It was easier for me when Buzz Williams was there.
I totally agree.
He's just the worst.
Yeah, he is.
And like whatever, like he was like a door-to-door
But they have a likable coach, like a really likable
Like Buzz
coach.
was like a door-to-door salesman, like a door-to-door Bible salesman. It's like, I don't trust anything
Bible
about you.
salesman.
I say that because I think he only had one thing in his briefcase, and that was taking around a Bible. Let's get to Minute to Win It by North and South Seafood Smokehouse. You're going to win if you pick me. I don't know. And we'll see who wins this. But the winner of this, whoever picked the winner of this, me or Matt, gets a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse that has locations in Madison, Verona, and DeForest. And whether you're going to eat in, take it home, cater, have it for a wedding, it doesn't matter. It's going to be an amazing experience at all 3 locations. I love all those places. The Rutledge family hits up the one in Verona most often. We've had catering, obviously, multiple times throughout the year here at ESPN Madison for Free Food Friday. Everyone here loves it. You need to experience one of those at a bare minimum, whether it's new to you or you want to refresh that great experience. Go to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse in Madison, DeForest, or Verona, the official barbecue joint of Rutledge and Hamilton. Let's get to Minute to Win It.
Are you on Team Rutledge or Team Hamilton?
I don't want to pick sides.
This is the Minute to Win It presented by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse with 3 locations in Madison, DeForest, and Verona.
All right, it is time for Minute to Win It. Non-sports topic this week, and you were still picked. I'm trying to throw Matt
Did
a
Mike
bone.
the Postman get Matt?
If that was a guy named Mike did get Matt, was that Mike the Postman? I didn't put that together.
Well, he's chimed in, go Matt. So I would assume
that's him. I wish I would have put that together earlier. I just assumed there's a lot of Mikes out there.
Side note, this text is not for us, but it just starts with, hey, Homer, you're a nut job. And it's really long, but I just...
Well, it's not inaccurate. Zach was caller 6. He's on Team Jim.
All right.
Mike was caller 9. He's on Team Matt.
Oh,
and
shoot. I should have done that. I usually close it, but I forgot right now we're on the StreamYard.
Oh, yeah, you're gone now.
Yeah,
it's all right.
sorry.
It's just me. Oh, now you're back.
I'll open it back up there. That's my bad. I just always, for purposes of
cheating, right?
Yeah, I don't want people to think I'm cheating. I don't.
You might have to refresh the page.
I have to open the computer back up.
All right, that's all right. It'll just be me for a minute. Hello, everybody watching on the stream. Let's get into this, Jimmy.
All righty.
I am looking for the cities with the top 10 most visited airports in the United States. So again, I'm not looking for the name of the airport. I'm looking for the city in which houses the airport, or the nearest city if it's, not quite in the city.
All right, so now I'm going to look away from the computer.
Yeah.
All right, so
I am looking for the cities with the top 10 most visited airports in the United States of America. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1.
Atlanta.
That is number 1.
Yeah. Chicago.
That's number 4.
New York.
That is not on the list.
LaGuardia. You sure?
LaGuardia. So LaGuardia and JFK are both later than 10 because there's 2 major airports.
Okay. LA.
Yes. LAX is 5.
All righty. So then Miami.
Miami is number 10.
All righty. So trying to think of some international spots here. Where else in the Denver?
Denver's number 3.
I'm gonna go with Minneapolis.
Strike 2.
Okay. I've gotten dumped there a lot recently. So as far as like where I fly
Right,
back,
yeah.
So Atlanta, Chicago, LA, Miami, Denver. Oh, Dallas.
That's number 2. Dallas, Fort Worth. Yes.
Okay. So how many do I have? 1,
You
2,
have 6
3?
of the 10. You're missing 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. I have
about 15 seconds.
Okay. I don't want to somewhere south. Where else would there be a connection? I'm trying to think of a connection here. Not Nashville. I don't think Nashville.
Running out of time. Get a guess.
Destination. Arizona. Phoenix.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. That's correct. That's number 9.
All righty. All right. I feel good about it. I really want to beat Matt in this because
I do too, because I said to Mike when he called, I said, "You got the World Traveler." He goes, "Shut up."
Yeah. So I honestly, because he's going to be so arrogant about it, I really hope I get him on it as we go get Matt Hamilton. And as Matt Hamilton walks in, I'm going to lay down the gauntlet. If you don't win this, bad job by you. That's all I'm going to say. If you don't win this, like the pressure's on you. This is a Hamilton category, not a Rutledge category.
All right. This is a Hamilton category.
Okay.
And you were not picked by caller
If you don't win
6.
it, you suck.
You suck.
Mike the Postman's cheering for you.
All right. So I'm going to win-win. Either my postman gets a prize, which I will deliver.
You will handle it. Yeah. All right, let's do this, Matt. I'm going to say the topic twice, then your time's going to start. You ready? Mm-hmm. You know how the game is played. 3 strikes and you're out. You get a minute. I am looking for the cities with the top 10 most visited airports in the United States of America. Again, I am looking for the cities, not the airports. I'm looking for the cities with the top 10 most visited airports in the United States of America. It'll make sense after you guess one wrong. Your time starts at 3, 2, 1.
New York.
Strike one.
Okay, Chicago.
That's why I said that. That is number 4.
Atlanta.
Atlanta's number 1.
Denver.
Denver's number 3.
Seattle.
Seattle's not on the list. That's strike 2.
Ooh, snap. In the United States.
Yes.
Fudge.
It's not on the list. Strike 3.
Phoenix.
Phoenix is number 9.
Ooh. Let's see. Someone in Florida. Let's go Orlando.
Orlando's number 7.
Oh my goodness, this is nerve-wracking.
You're missing 2, 5, 6, 8, and 10.
2. What could be 2? Airports visited, number 2.
Where are we at here?
15 seconds.
New Jersey?
That's a state.
They have an airport in like
Newark.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wrong. It's strike 3. You missed Los Angeles. Nice shot.
LA. Huh?
So wait, let me tell you what I got. Atlanta, Chicago, LA, Miami, Denver, Dallas,
Miami
Phoenix.
would have been a good one.
Yeah, because it was right.
I was just trying to think of all the hubs.
Yeah, I started with Minneapolis. Surprised because I keep on like so many of my flights now. I come back from West Palm Beach.
Yeah,
I'm going
through
west
Minneapolis.
to go to Minneapolis.
Yeah.
LA was number 5. Number 2 was Dallas.
I got
Yeah, he got it.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't.
No.
Okay. The order here: 1 Atlanta, 2 Dallas, 3 Denver, 4 Chicago. LA was 5. Charlotte, North Carolina was.
I was
actually
almost
going
to say that one because we were looking at some
I
flights.
got a
out
couple
that way.
layovers there.
Yeah.
I think I probably would have gotten that one. I
Like
wouldn't
that's
have.
an American Airlines.
I wouldn't have gotten
Yeah.
Orlando, which
Yeah, I didn't get Orlando either. Good job.
you both missed number 8, which was Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And then you both got 9, Phoenix.
So
and
visited just means go through.
the most passengers that go through that.
Interesting.
On an annual basis. Phoenix is
So you're
9.
right on the
Miami was
hubs.
10.
Yeah, but I mean, New York, it's crazy. Like,
Tell them why though, because I got New York wrong as well.
Because LaGuardia and JFK are both in New York,
Uh-huh.
so they split traffic, which puts them at here. I will look for you.
So that's kind of a
JFK
tricky.
is number 13, and LaGuardia not in the top 20. Number 25.
So like either he could get us both wrong or give us both a point,
Right.
Because
No,
like
I
it
got
is
it,
tricky. I said New York as well, and I was
I
surprised.
also would have said New York.
Yeah, so that was a little bit tricky. But
well, yeah,
congratulations.
but like the part with that is that they split it. So technically, it's still this. You told me to name a city, not an airport.
I said name the
What-
cities
same.
with the most visited
But
airports.
My
No,
point
and
is we
I'm
both.
saying
yeah,
we both.
Yeah,
like,
so you give us
they
both
should
a
have
point.
added them
Yeah,
both up,
yeah.
and then that should have gone in because that's a city with two
Two
airports. Yeah,
You said city. I get
city,
that.
singular
most
airport.
traveled city.
But
Okay.
you said city. You
but
can't.
then you told me not to name an airport.
Yeah, like you get it. Like we can't answer that one right.
Again, Jim, totally, you won that one.
But I
There was
mean,
no
like,
way to get that.
we both
right or
should get a
wrong.
point for it. Is my point.
It doesn't matter. You won it.
Yeah.
You got it. You nailed it.
Matt with the 5 spot, Jim with a 7 spot. If I give you both a point, you get 8.
Yeah. No.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
Mike the
It's a moot
postman.
point.
Choke.
I mean-
he had you.
Yes and no. I only fly one airline and go to the same. I go north, so I really only go to a couple places. I would have guessed Detroit next. Not on the list.
You're mad at the Detroit airport, aren't you?
I am mad at the Detroit airport, but again, I was just trying to think of like hubs, and I only use one airline, so I guess I'm not super familiar with which ones. I'll brush up on my airport knowledge.
A lot of hedging here. A lot of hedging.
Now, if you want to know the best restaurant at the airports I go to, I could tell you. I know all of those.
But that's subjective. There's not a list of that.
Oh, no. It ain't subjective. It's fact.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
Yeah, it is. And I'm Alex Strofe, your Sports Center update brought to you by the Green and Gold Fix podcast. Coming to the best Packers conversation from ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe, rate, and review the Green and Gold Fix podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, or wherever you get your podcast. Let's start in college basketball. The Wisconsin men's basketball team back in action tonight as they play host to the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hawkeyes currently listed as 1.5-point favorites over the Badgers, who beat Iowa in overtime earlier this season. It's an 8 o'clock tip from the Kohl Center. Continued coverage on all things Badgers. Subscribe to the Varsity Podcast feed wherever you get your podcast. To the NFL we go. Former Badgers interim head coach and defensive coordinator Jim Leonhard interviewed with the Philadelphia Eagles earlier this week for their vacant defensive coordinator job. Came out earlier today that both sides have agreed that the fit is not right at the time. Leonhard will take the season off for a surgery from coaching, according to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler. To the NBA we go. Giannis Antetokounmpo got a second opinion on his wrist injury. He'll be able to return to action when the pain subsides. Eric Name of The Athletic will join Rutledge and Hamilton in about 25 minutes. Rutledge and Hamilton continues now.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Broadcasting live from the ESPN Madison studio with Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Mike the Postman chimes in. Says, I forgive you, Matt, but my taste buds do not. Because he missed out on North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
Oh, yeah.
Those gift cards to our good friends at North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. He's Matt Hamilton.
Hello.
I'm Jim Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light, my friends. And since you shouldn't be driving anyway, might as well get into them.
Yeah, we're going to be crushing some Coors Light at X Golf in Madison on Friday from 2 to 4.
Yeah, buddy.
For our anniversary party. 1 year, the linen anniversary.
The linen anniversary.
Linen lingerie.
Can't wait to see Maddie in that lingerie. Boy, are those ankles going to look good.
It's going to be fun. I honestly can't wait to bust out the driver again and just start trying to take like 330-yard shots again.
And
Me
Alex is excited to try a 30-yard shot.
I am excited to see. We'll go to the driving range set up at X Golf, which is great because if you want to check out like spin and trajectory and all those like club face angle and all those fun things that are going to help make you a better golfer, they have it. Or you can do what me and Strofe are going to do, and I'm going to hit one ball with my driver and see how many times it takes Strofe to get to that shot. How many?
We'll throw that up on social media.
Can I use your clubs?
I'm left-handed, so yeah, definitely.
Jim, can I use your clubs?
Yeah, you break them, you buy them though.
All
right, then we're good then. Yeah.
I need real clubs.
I think it could be 4 to 5 shots depending on the contact. Like I think he could easily do it in 3.
I think I could do it in 2.
No, zero chance you could go 310 yards in 2 shots.
Sure I could.
No.
I'm better at golf than I was a year ago, boys.
Maybe. But
Learned
I'm just saying,
when was the last time
when
you
the
swung a
pressure's
club?
on,
New Year's Eve.
Okay, so I mean, not that long ago, I guess, but like it's also like you're not maybe in the height of golf season, but you're not regularly swinging.
I had a good outing on New Year's Eve.
Hey, no, I have faith. I know you could probably do it in 2 or 3 shots. I'm just saying, like when the pressure's on and you got to do it.
2 shots.
All right, so anyway, let's place a bet on it then.
2 shots.
Setting the over under
like
3 shots.
You're like my
3 shots.
You're like my 6-year-old over here.
3.
2 shots.
You get
3
2 now.
Just gets stuck on something. It just says it over and over again. Stop. I'm having PTSD to when she's breaking down about something.
3 shots.
Play video game. Play video game. Play video game. No, it's over. Like this is what Alex is doing right now.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
How do we feel? That was me and Brust earlier in the Open. We were arguing about the Badger basketball team. And again, he continued to prove my point that like Frank came in as a guy who Bo Ryan even said couldn't walk and chew gum at the same time. And then Bo Ryan turned Frank Kaminsky with Frank Kaminsky's work into one of the best players, the best player in the country. So again, continue to prove my point on this. And I think this could all boil down to one question for Greg Gard, and about Greg Gard. There's two parts to this. One, I'll ask you guys this. At 844-770-3776, I want you to chime in on this as well. Is this it for Badger basketball? Like, we'll pat ourselves on the back for winning 18 games and winning the Big Ten once in a while. We won't have any tournament runs. We're not going to make an Elite Eight or Final Four run. And we'll just put out a product that will consistently win maybe between 18 and 22 games every year. And it'll be entertaining to go, but it's not going to be anything dynamic. Is that what, because that's what it's been. I think that's been the last 5 years for Badger basketball.
The thing is, the landscape, just like college football, is changing. This NIL is going to change a lot of
things. Does that hurt the Badgers?
No, 100% it does, because we're not one of these blue blood schools, and we're not one of the schools that seems like they're up and coming. I honestly don't know, like, what's the draw right now?
So
why would you want to come to Madison as a basketball player if you've got aspirations of going to the league?
So I have a question then. So that's one good point. That's a good point. Is that a program problem or is that a coaching staff problem?
I mean, I don't know. Part of me says it's coaching staff, but a lot of the people I've talked to, smart basketball players.
We're talking to the same. I mean, plenty of people around us, but go ahead.
Yeah, both of us. And they're saying, like, the ones that are saying to me is like, who are you going to get? Who's out there that it actually is going to turn the tide, in the sense that, like, this Luke Fickell thing did? It's like, they like, whenever you rattle off names, I have no idea who you're talking about.
But like that's my point of why I wanted to bring this up. If we just think this is as good as it gets, then I'm fine with Gard. And if we don't think we can be better, I'm fine with Gard.
Well, it's not.
We just have to look at this eyes wide open that we're not going to be as good as Marquette will be with Shaka Smart.
I mean, as long as they got Shaka Smart, like, they seem like a draw.
I don't think Shaka's going anywhere. He's from Madison area. He's in Milwaukee. Marquette is a school that will invest in their basketball program. You can win a national title at Marquette. You can go to the Final Fours at Marquette, and you can be maybe not a blue blood, but you can turn Marquette into a pretty good basketball powerhouse. I don't know what the ceiling would be, but there's nothing to reason to think that Shaka Smart couldn't do that there. So that will just have to. I mean,
like, is there a coach that we could get that would?
But I don't like that. I get what you're saying there, but again, that's defeatist attitude. To me, it's about, do we have the resources to invest in name and likeness, in the portal, in the facilities, to make the job appealing to a premier coach? See, those are two parts, because if we're just going to roll as is, status quo, I think Greg Gard is great. If we're going to throw real money at the basketball program for players, coaches, and facilities, then I think we can get anyone.
See, to your point, that's what, like, we're Wisconsin. We're a big name Big Ten school. Like, we should be able to have whatever money we need to have the facilities and get everything set up the way a great coach would want.
We haven't done that, though.
Yeah, I agree we haven't done that, but I think that it's not for a lack of dollars. It just seems like we want to focus on football.
Well, lack of dollars invested in the basketball program.
Right, but, like, they can just start promoting. Like, you hear about boosters for football all the time, but I don't hear about basketball boosters nearly.
Right. So, I mean, they would have to reevaluate. And look, they have the varsity collective. They have new avenues. They would have to reevaluate how they want to look at Badger basketball. Tony Bennett, Wisconsin native, is getting paid $4.15 million a year to coach at Virginia. I don't know. And I'm not, this is not going to happen, but let's just use him as an example.
Is he the son of
Dick Bennett? Yes.
Okay.
So, like, there's a draw to maybe bring him back home. He went to UW Green Bay.
Right.
To bring him back home would probably have a buyout from Virginia and an annual salary at $6 million a year to pull him away from Virginia. So you're bringing in his contract and his. So right away, you have to fix all that. The Kohl Center, I don't know if it needs to be upgraded. It's not a great arena to watch basketball. That's the whole other thing. It has nothing to do with the old people. It has to do with it's a bad venue to watch basketball. Go watch a game at Pfizer Forum. It's an old venue. It's an old school venue. I know it's new, but it's built.
It was set up to be a multi-purpose venue. Yeah.
Go to the Pfizer Forum and see a game there, and then go watch it. And I'm not even talking about, like, the luxury parts of it. I'm just saying, like, the actual viewing, keeping it loud in there, keeping it entertaining. Like, it's just an old arena full of olds. So I don't know if it's, so let's say you're going to invest $65 or $60 million in bringing in Tony Bennett. Okay. Now you need to probably throw in another $100 million at upgrading facilities, whether that's not the stadium, that'd be way more than that.
Right.
But let's say everything else around it. And then another $25 million for players. The money's there. I mean, you can get it.
Yeah. I feel like with us being Wisconsin, like there's always money in the banana stand.
But are they going? Because this is the question I have. If they're not going to do that, then you're right. Greg Gard rolling out 18 to 22 wins.
If the football team suffers because you choose to do that, I say no. I would rather have a solid Badger football team. Consistent.
They're paying money to be great right now.
Right.
Badger,
and that's the
Badger
thing.
football.
If we need, because let's say the Badgers are, I know you're going to disagree, so just let me roll with it. Let's say the Badgers basketball team is good, and we've got a very good football team. Right now, we're investing to be great in football. If it means to get from good to very good in basketball, it means that we can't be great in football. I wouldn't want to do that.
I agree with you on that. I don't know the answer to it, but like to me, that's part of the Greg Gard question. If we're saying that Greg Gard is
good enough.
Yeah, and he might be just good enough. If we're not going to truly invest and try to go big, then he might just be good enough. And we just are going to accept competing for national titles in football and being happy with consistently a team that goes 18 to 22 wins at some point.
Maybe competes for the Big Ten and is, at their ceiling might be a Sweet 16.
Yeah, and the Sweet 16, you call that an amazing season.
Yeah.
And then maybe that's where we're at now. Maybe Bo Ryan spoiled us. Maybe the name of all this kind of maybe that's where we're at. And if that's where we're at as a university and that's what we want to do with the program, okay. I'm fine. Like, that's just what we'll do. But because here's the question I want. Alex, you threw this out before, and we can throw this up with our secondary Iron Jack poll question. Because realistically, if you're a fan of a team, because I think, honestly, the Badgers feel like the Brewers to me. Like, they just want to throw out a program good enough to fill the Kohl Center. And whatever happens after that happens. And Greg Gard's always going to give you a team that's going to work hard, try hard, be really well coached. He's just not going to give you a team that's going to go to the Final Four. Do you honestly believe, Alex Stroh, that Greg Gard, who hasn't, let's just give him credit for coaching those players, hasn't gotten out of the Sweet 16 ever, can get this team to the Final Four in the next 5 years? Get this program to the Final Four in the next 5 years?
This goes back to the long-time football debate, right? It's very hard to win a Super Bowl. It's very hard to get to the Final Four. I would say, realistically, can it happen is the question?
No. Do you think he's the coach to do it?
Yes, I do.
So you think he can get him there in 5 years?
I mean, it's impossible to predict, but yeah, I think if it's to happen in the next 5 years, he's the coach to do it. Yeah.
Why?
Because I think he's a terrific coach. Just going off of what you just said, right? I mean,
but no, so I don't think he's. I think it's terrific.
He's always, but you said he's always going to have a very hard, disciplined, and well-coached team. That's not what you just said,
right? But that's a good coach for what Wisconsin's expectations are,
right?
Which are Sweet 16.
But the expectations this year were not so.
Players,
I think we have moved the goalpost this year, and rightfully so, because in November and December, this team looked like they were a top 10 team in the country.
I'm not okay with moving expectations up and down, missing a tournament,
yes,
which is
what
Jim.
You're the king of that.
No,
you're the king of moving expectations.
Not for Badger. All I want is Bo Ryan standard,
which is what?
And this year I wanted to make the tournament.
Yeah, I agree.
Are they going to do it?
I think they will. Yes.
They're on the bubble right now.
Joe Lenardi,
65th.
Joe Lenardi, who will join us on March 6th, has them as Team 68 right now. Of 68.
But also, you talk about expectations, and I would like to point out the year that Gard went 18-13. They started the year 7th in the AP polls. Like, they failed expectations.
Which year was that?
That was 2021. AP preseason ranking. I have it right here in front of me.
That's because they ended the 2020 season so well. But yeah, 20. I mean,
they were as high as 4th, and they finished here with 18 wins.
Who was their guy that year? Davison?
I mean, they had more than that because that.
Well, that was 2 years ago. I mean, who was it? It was Davison.
Trice was a better player than.
Was Trice there? Okay.
Yeah, it would have been the leftovers. Yeah, I have to look at it. We can bring up that roster in a minute, but
anyway, yeah, no, I think Gard can do it. I do. I think he's a terrific college basketball coach.
And that's fine. I just don't think he's the players.
I don't think he's a terrific recruiter.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
I don't think he gets you the players to get you to where you need to go.
I think Johnny Davis was an absolute anomaly.
Local kid who came here.
Well, but again, like, that's a guy who didn't do a whole lot his freshman year, and then he had a glow up his sophomore year, right? This is a really young team. Your top two guys offensively are a freshman and a sophomore.
My whole point, forget the rest of it. He has not gotten to the second round of the tournament since 2016-17 season.
I know.
I'm sorry, second weekend.
Second weekend, yeah.
And like the 2 times he got to the Sweet 16, those are Bo's recruits, right?
Yeah, and
Those are his first
and
2
that
years?
that triggered Ben. So leave that aside.
He's part of that staff.
That's a long ass time ago, though. That was
They're not coming for the assistant coach. They're coming because Bo Ryan's the head coach.
But the
sure, he's a part of it, and that's great.
He's not wrong.
But
the
they could have
reason they're
left.
coming.
All of those guys could have
That's
left.
different order. Different. That was not the portal was not installed then.
The portal was still around.
No,
it wasn't
not
as used as heavily.
Not
Didn't
as
you
easily
lost
used.
a year, didn't you, back then?
Yes. It was
Yeah,
not-
you did.
yes. Yeah, not
It's
as
not
easy
really
to move
as
around.
much of an option.
It's not what it was now. So that's not a fair argument. So 16-17 was the last time that they went to the second weekend of the tournament. That's a long ass time ago. What were you? How old were you in 2016?
Well, that would have been the 2017 tournament. Would have been my senior year.
2016 season.
Yeah.
Well, it's basketball.
Yeah, but
16,
you're right.
There's
17.
more basketball
Yeah.
played in the new year than there is in the previous year.
It would have been March.
It would have
Right.
been March
Yeah,
of
so
17.
you'd
I would have been a
have
senior in
been-
high school.
Senior in high school.
Okay. And you are how many years out of college?
Out of college, too.
2. All right. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. Throwing Stones is coming up next. Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Jim Rutledge here to tell you about X Golf Madison, and the most important thing that you need to know is that X Golf Madison is for everyone. I golf there. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a new golfer, or in between like me, X Golf Madison is going to be fun for you. They have a full bar, excellent service, great food, and the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world. You can play one of their 50 courses available, take lessons from a PGA pro, hit the driving range, or even join a league. Stop by their East Madison or Middleton location today, or visit them online at xgolfwisconsin.com.
Where will your new Chevy take you this year? Anywhere. It's the perfect time of year to take your next adventure off-road in a powerful Chevy Silverado. Round up the whole gang for some family fun in a Chevy Equinox. Hey kids, let's go. Or take your night on the town by storm in a stylish Chevy Blazer. Make more memories and take on the road ahead. Wherever it leads you. Find new experiences, find new roads. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Keegan Fleischman from Lodi High School. Welcome, Keegan.
Thank you.
Our 3-sport athlete, football, basketball, and baseball. You're a traditional guy, right?
Yep.
Favorite?
Baseball.
And that's where you're going to be playing in college?
Yep.
What's the first sport you remember, the first ball you picked up?
Probably soccer ball, to be honest with you. I remember playing like little kid soccer with going in. I used to live up in Eau Claire. I'd always drive out. We'd always go to Altoona and play a little soccer, and then I got myself into baseball.
Who's been your biggest influence as a student when you look at your student athlete?
I would probably say either my dad, he always helped me through high school, and my mom have always helped me.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. Are you ready for a new shower? Kohler Services is a local, end-to-end bath and shower design and remodel service brought to you by Kohler. Family-owned in Wisconsin for 150 years, Kohler is the only manufacturer offering fast, professional installation and care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower this year with a special offer. Visit kswisconsin.com today to request your free quote and tell them that Mark Tauscher sent you. That's kswisconsin.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
North and South Seafood and Smokehouse is the official barbecue and seafood and smokehouse of Rutledge and Hamilton. Make sure to listen every Wednesday for your chance to win a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse in Madison, Verona, and DeForest. North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by X Golf in Madison and Middleton.
I got my head out the sunroof. I'm blasting our favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than a sunshine in my eyes. You got those pretty eyes and in your head, you know it. You got me dancing in my bed.
Rutledge and Hamilton continues live from the Spark Building. He's Hamilton. I'm Rutledge.
Hello.
We're presented by Coors Light. The Mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush some Coors Lights.
Let's crush a Coors Light in spirit and throw some stones.
The guys live in glass houses, but that's never stopped them before.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
It's time to throw some stones.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
On Rutledge and Hamilton, brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Who should be the most offended out of this tweet here from Ron and the Key? Can we get a Ben Bruss versus Alex Stroh versus Matt Hamilton? Are you smarter than? I think Matt's the most offended.
I would agree with that. Matt should be the most offended.
Well, the funniest part is, on paper, you guys are both smarter than me. with
I'll
with
give you
your
this.
college degrees, your fancy college
Dude, it
degrees.
takes nothing to get a college degree. I am a perfect example.
Also, look at Ben Bruss. I mean, Ben played for the team. I mean, like, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, on paper, if you were hiring, you look on all three of our resumes. Mine's thrown out.
Olympic gold medalist looks pretty good on a resume.
I'll say this.
guess.
I think the way that Ron set it up seems fair, that Alex versus Ben, and then the winner plays Matt. So at least you're the king of this group.
You guys can be the play-in game.
I like it. All right, let's dive in, fellas.
Wait, hold on, real quick. I got an email from the president of the Madison Curling Club saying that Curling League is canceled tonight.
Soft
Curling League cancellation.
Can you break in, you think?
I mean, I've got a key card. I'm gonna go practice.
So you and I should go.
I will be there.
Can I come?
Sure.
You're not going to the game tonight?
I'm going to the game.
I was going to say, like, you ditched Valentine's Day to go watch the game. I figured you got to go watch this.
I'm going to the game.
Yeah.
White out.
Yeah, I live like 5
Take that
minutes
as
from
you
the
will.
club.
All
We've
right.
got some members in Janesville and stuff. I get it. Anyway, throwing stones.
Rapid fire edition because we got to get to Eric Name here in a few minutes.
Woo!
We get to. We'll
What?
talk Marquette with him. We get to Eric Name in a minute. You watched the Marquette game last night. I'm excited. I'm all in on Marquette now. Shock is a shoe guy, Matt. I think we should get Shock on the show, talk some shoes.
I'm here for that.
All right. Sorry, go ahead.
Fire.
Fire away.
Throw some stones.
Tyler Harrow of the Miami Heat said he would get a tattoo of Jimmy Butler's face if they were to win the NBA Finals. Not my question.
But that's not what he said. He said if it guaranteed they were going to win the NBA Finals.
Okay, yeah,
so
yeah.
basically, Tyler Hero's saying I'm not going to get a tattoo of Jimmy Butler.
Jim, would you, and Matt, same question to you, but other way around. Would you get a tattoo of each other's face if, I don't know. I don't know what the equivalent of winning the NBA title is for us.
If we were guaranteed a national radio show, a nationally syndicated radio show, I'll get a tattoo of Matt Hamilton. But again, it's the same thing. The tattoo does not guarantee that, so it means nothing. Again, Tyler Hero, moron.
What would
so
it take
clearly
for-
his statement
what
is
would it
moronic.
Take, what would it take for you to get a tattoo of Matt Hamilton's face? What would it take?
Oh, man. Us being a national, when we get to our national radio show, our syndicated radio show, I'll get a tattoo of Matt Hamilton's face.
Matt, what would it take you to get, in your tattoo guy, what would it take you to get a tattoo of Jim Rutledge's face?
I'd have to lose a bet. I'd have to lose a bet to Jim. Like, if he's like,
what if we
we're
put
going to
it up-
become a nationally syndicated show, I'd be like, I bet you we don't. And he's like, if we do, you get a tattoo. I would hold true.
What
to that
about
bet.
like, what if it just goes like very small on your butt cheek?
I mean,
Well, then I have to ask Tanya. She's the only one to see him.
yeah. I've got a buddy that does signatures. If you get his signature tattooed on you somewhere, he would signature on him.
I'm
Interesting.
actually in on that. Who
Yeah.
is he? Introduce me.
Colin Huffman. Our
Oh,
teammate.
yeah, your teammate.
Yeah.
Chris from Manitowoc Waters chimes in. Curling is on ice, and you're canceling curling because of ice.
I know.
Come on.
Slide in.
Hamilton.
Put your shoes on and slide in. That's what I'm saying.
Can you curl in the streets? Are you,
Apparently
Jim,
today you can because it's so dicey
he's a
and
curler.
dangerous.
I don't know.
Something in the sheets. Anyway,
Icy in the sheets.
Sweeper in the sheets.
what's going on?
Curling.
That's
talk.
your
Jim,
motion.
I'll give you a free win right now if you wear the robe to the whiteout tonight.
I don't have it here.
Are you going home at all?
No. I'm not
I
going to
mean,
go
he's
home.
got like a white gray sweatshirt.
Yeah,
It's
I did.
kinda
I
white
purposely
out.
wore this today for the whiteout.
Well, I know. But you wore the robe last year to the whiteout.
I know, but it's a white robe, and it got really dirty last time, and I do actually like the robe.
Yeah, and
so
you
I don't
got
wanna...
a lot of attention for
You
it.
partied. You
I
got
did
hit
party.
on.
Yeah, I did. Can I tell you something funny that happened today at Carbon World Health? And it was more of like, I feel bad because clearly it was obviously just someone being nice. So anyways, I was like, I'm going to the game tonight. I'm like, the weather's terrible. And I was like, But I'm gonna go out there, and they're like, "Oh, well, I like just saying like as I'm walking into the gym to go work out, and I was like, they're like, "Oh, I live near the Kohl Center. Stop by and say hi." And I'm like, "Or I'll see you at the Nitty Gritty." But like, they were embarrassed as soon as they said it because they were just saying like, "Oh,
This is
like,
a woman?
yeah, like a kid, like 21-year-old, like they were,
Jimmy!
but like they were saying it in like a like oh, I'm gonna like she didn't mean like that. She was just more like, oh, like just being friendly.
I live nearby,
right?
basically.
Friendly, and like immediately she turned red, and I was like, I'll see you at the Nitty Gritty.
People like me.
Yes, not that way though. That was so like, but one of those things where
People like me.
Put their foot in their mouth. But you say I saved them. I saved them because that was ridiculous. All right. We have Eric Name from The Athletic. I saw him tweet last night. I don't normally watch college basketball, but when I do, I watch Marquette. So we'll talk to him about the NBA, Giannis' second opinion. Miles Leonard. Miles Leonard on the Myers Leonard on the
Myers.
I said it right the first time then.
You said Miles.
Myers Leonard, sorry. Try not to scream in my ear, just say it on the air. Like you just going, Miles Leonard does not really give me what I need to hear.
Can we go to break?
Take note of that, okay?
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here. Whether I'm dropping putts on the golf course or I'm sweeping stones on the ice, Iron Jock is my go-to apparel. Their state-of-the-art silver ion technology is guaranteed to keep you feeling fresh and provide odor-fighting protection for as long as you own it. Iron Jock gear eliminates 99% of odor-causing bacteria with their performance apparel that was designed from the inside out. Visit ironjock.com to get your Iron Jock apparel or visit any local Fleet Farm dealer today. Iron Jock, it's what's inside that matters.
To talk about his experience with Ridgetop Exteriors, here's Madison area customer Tom.
When our family needed a new roof, windows, and doors, we wanted to go with a company that we could trust. The team at Ridgetop Exteriors far exceeded our expectations. They communicated with us every step of the way and provided affordable financing options that fit our budget.
Ridgetop Larry here. Thanks for choosing Ridgetop Exteriors for your home's next project. Go to ridgetopexteriors.com for a free estimate.
Hey, it's Alex Rowe from ESPN Madison. Join me the morning of Wednesday, March 8th for the Morning Sports Report presented by the Madison Area Sports Commission. I'll be joined by featured guest speaker Ken Pomeroy, the star college basketball advanced statistician, who will discuss his Ken Pom rankings, preview the Big Ten tournament, and much, much more. The Morning Sports Report begins at 8 a.m. at the Edgewater Hotel. Sign up for free at madisonsports.org/MSR. The Morning Sports Report is supported by American Family Insurance, Oak Bank, Supreme Structures, and DMI.
Are you kidding me? Gas prices are up again? Somebody has to do something.
Well, someone did. That's why I use Upside.
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that pays you back real money for every gallon of gas or diesel you buy. I just earned 25 cents back on every gallon of this tank.
Hold on. So the Upside app is free and you actually get cash back every time you use it? No strings attached?
Yep, it's awesome. Check it out. It only takes a couple of minutes to sign up.
Instead of just watching your dollars go into your tank, start putting money back into your wallet with the free app from Upside. With the price of gas today, it's big news and big money. To cash out of your Upside cash, just transfer it to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card. Upside users have already earned over $200 million. Now it's your turn. Download the free Upside app and get cash back on every gallon of gas. Use promo code APP70 for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill up. That's code APP70. Use code APP70 for an extra 25 cents per gallon back in your first fill-up.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com. You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Basketball, give me the ball because I'm gonna dunk it!
Locked in on the Bucks.
No, never in a million years.
Bringing the insight and the analysis.
I do hate charge calls.
2022 Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Eric Name of The Athletic, is on Rutledge and Hamilton.
Well, this is nice.
Hi, Eric.
Name from The Athletic, and the camera we're using it from our laptops today. So now we're having like a closer conversation because most of the time, pulling back the curtain here, Eric's like on a laptop for us, like across the room. And
Eric, I've never felt so close to you.
Did you ask permission for that touch there, Matt Hamilton?
No.
He's Matt Hamilton.
I'm uncomfortable.
I'm Jim Rutledge. Alex Strofe, uncomfortable. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. We're live from the Spark Building, and we're joined by Eric Name. Eric, are you in the state of Wisconsin today?
I am. I'm in Milwaukee. It's miserable.
Oh, that stinks. I thought you'd be in Miami by now.
So Hardo Matt Hamilton has a stance that like kids are soft these days, and this was it should have been a snow day.
Whoa, I didn't say that. I said kids don't get to the experience of waking up, watching
that's
the television, and that ticker come and see your school is canceled.
That was not your tweet.
No, the tweet was just me excited to say back in my day.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but back in my day, this would not have been a snow day.
Yes, and it wouldn't have. It wouldn't have. We'd have called it halfway through the day when it started to sleet, and then my parents would have had to deal with it.
Right. So Eric,
I'm just saying, times are different. That's all.
As a native Wisconsinite, I would agree. We would have gone to school, and then very quickly, about an hour or so into the day, everyone would have figured out that it was going to be a half day, and it would have been a mess because everyone's got to figure out like how do you get your kids and how do you get home or have anywhere for them to go.
Yeah,
so,
who's watching them? Yep.
Right. So honestly, some great forward planning here by school districts around the state. But yeah, back in the day, it would have been you go to school and then 2 hours in, you're out.
So my question was, Eric, the preference here, because nowadays I would say at least for a decade, because I got a 9-year-old, that they will text you and call you the morning of. So like the days of like going to the TV or the radio and like seeing if you're missing school, those are done. Like there's no ambiguity to it. So now they know like either you can let them sleep in or sometimes they know the night before so they can have friends over or they could have like stay up later, all sorts of things. So looking back on it, Matt's just going full nostalgic. He just says, hey, it was better back in my day because I'm old and I'm just going to like what I liked back in my day. What do you think is better? Finding out like on TV or on the radio, but having to be up maybe half ready and then shutting your day down, or finding out the night before and then knowing like, hey, I can have some friends over or we can, go play basketball or play Call of Duty all night or whatever. Like, which one do you think is preferred for you?
I mean, I think there's some genuine excitement to waking up and then checking the TV and then being like, oh, I'm going to go back to sleep for 2 hours. And then in the meantime,
you're going to put your snow pants on.
Sure. But no matter what, like that moment of excitement, I feel like is more dramatic when you're watching it across the television ticker, as opposed to
because you're watching the schools in alphabetical order. And you're like, okay,
Slinger, come on. Yeah, for sure.
But also you get to then sleep in though. Like I would imagine like fifth grade on, like you just don't have to wake up. You can just sleep in as long as you want.
Yeah. I mean, you're giving a lot of credit to like for me wanting to sleep in. If I had the day off, it's kind of nice that I woke up for school and now I actually have that whole day as opposed to sleeping half the day.
You go back to sleep.
You have the option. I never did. I put my snow pants on and I went sledding. I lived on a hill.
It's
prime
7 a.m. You went sledding?
I mean, no, I'd wait till like 8:30. I'd have breakfast and maybe slow down a little bit. But
I think we need to get like your mom or your dad on to like verify some of these stories.
They will vet this for me.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, Eric. I know you watched some like college basketball tonight, and pray for me. I have to go watch the Badgers tonight in this weather. So like double, like I get to go watch a team score 50 points and then
risk life and win 2 times
to watch. So my first question is, do you think the Milwaukee Bucks on Sunday, because I'm going to that game as well, I'm very excited, against the Suns, do you think the Milwaukee Bucks will more than double the score of what the Badgers score tonight when they play the Suns on Sunday?
60, 120. Yeah. They'll be in like the 120s, and I don't know if the Badgers will get to 60 tonight. So yes,
the
Bucks will double.
Iowa.
Oh, they ain't getting to 60.
They might as well be playing on the ice. Like it's just gonna be the equivalent of scoring abilities here. But so to the Bucks side of it, Giannis, do we have obviously good news on the second opinion? What do you have any idea of a timeline on when Giannis could be back?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to kind of take all of it in stride, right? So first, the idea that Giannis doesn't return to that game in Chicago. That is not typical for him. Typically, he gets hurt, and you think, oh my God, he's going to be out for weeks, and then he's back 2 minutes later, and it's just like, okay, everything's fine. So first of all, he didn't finish that game in Chicago. Then from there, he gets some imaging done, and he goes through All-Star Weekend, and then it's decided he needs to get more imaging done in New York. So if you're thinking through someone's body and their limbs and medical opinions, if the first medical opinion is everything's good, you don't get a second one. You don't go out of your way to make sure, like, granted, yes, these are all superstar athletes and you really want to make sure that they're good. But most of the time, if the first doctor says, hey man, everything looks great, you're not going to be like, well, let's see if we can find something.
But
like,
it still
especially
hurts,
Giannis, but especially Giannis.
Hurts.
I agree. I understand what you're saying, but the idea of a second opinion means that this was a more serious injury. And I can tell you that there was real concern around the organization on Saturday, on Sunday, that, you know, this was going to be something that could take him out for a longer period of time. Maybe not miss the rest of the season, but for a good long stretch. And we're looking at about 6 weeks or so left in the season by the time we get to, I think, the second week of April. So there were those concerns. It's not quite that serious. It is a little bit less serious than that. I think he's going to miss some time here at the start of this return. Like, I don't think he'll play Friday. We'll see about the weekend, and maybe it'll end up being, I don't know, the first 4 games or something like that. But I don't think it's going to be a situation where he needs surgery. I don't think it's a situation where he's going to miss.
And we're frozen. Looks like the ice outside's getting to our computers.
There you go.
That's how dangerous
Eric named
it is.
frozen there. We'll get back to Eric in a second. But good news on Giannis.
Great news on Giannis.
There's Eric back. So you can ask your question now, Matt Hamilton.
Well, I'm just curious. How hard is it going to be to get down to Miami? Like this with the ice and everything, the runways are going to be bad. Like, first of all, you got to be pumped to be getting out of this weather.
Well, the bad news is Bucks Heat on Fridays in Milwaukee. So I'm not.
Oh, it's in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I thought it was in Miami.
No.
I was
also confused by that.
Oh,
no,
well.
it's okay. I wish I could go to Miami though. That'd be great.
No.
If the Athletic wants to send me to Miami
Is there
to
any
cover a
chance
game.
that the Heat cancel their trip because of the weather?
So I am genuinely curious. Like, so the Bucks are going to practice about an hour from now, about 5 o'clock here in Milwaukee. I'm legitimately curious if everyone gets in, because typically what you do when you come back from the All-Star break, if you play on Friday, on Wednesday night, everyone gets into town, you hold a practice, but it's really just, hey, get your ass back in town, get off the beach. Like, you need to get here and just show kind of what you can do, and that you're a human, and that you're not sunburned on a beach somewhere. We need to like scrape you off and get you, like, just show up. So that's all they're doing on a Wednesday night. So I am curious. Like, I don't know if everyone will be able to make it, because this ice storm here in Milwaukee started, I don't know, 3-4 hours ago. So it's been pretty serious. I would guess it's difficult to land a plane. I've never tried. But I would guess it's pretty difficult to do it in the middle of an ice storm. So there could be some guys that don't manage to get back tonight, and that will be interesting to kind of hear about. But I don't think the Heat will have a problem tomorrow, but I would wonder if everyone gets back tonight for the Bucks.
The Bucks, I honestly thought when they signed Myers Leonard there, that I thought that it was going to be a sign that maybe Giannis was missing more time than needed the body. He at one point was a pretty functional big in the NBA. Obviously, setting aside the anti-Semitic comments from the game, which is not easy to set aside, but from a basketball, and you could touch on how that would fit with the Bucks. They seem to have a pretty good locker room that can address anything right up front and go forward. But court and off the court, how does Leonard fit?
Yeah, I mean, the Bucks are a team that's really high on character. That's kind of been their calling card for when John Hammond was running the team, now since John Horst's been running the team. So to me, like, they must truly believe that, like, all of Myers Leonard's apologies and the things that he's done in the Jewish community to feel better about kind of what he's done, and to really apologize. Like, I do think obviously the other example people will use is Kyrie Irving. And I think if you listen to what Myers Leonard has said, if you listen to kind of all the things that he has done, I think there's real remorse there. Like, I think that is someone that realized that he made a mistake and probably didn't know that was an anti-Semitic slur. Like, there's lots of people that play video games.
Did that on video games? Yeah. He's
Yeah.
doing it on like Twitch or something.
Yeah, it was just a stream. And there's like, that is a part of video game culture. Like, there's a lot of kids on headsets that say really bad stuff, and they may not know what it means. So I don't think Myers Leonard knew what it meant, but he's shown remorse and he's done the work. And I think that can allow Bucks fans to feel a little bit better about it. But if there's Bucks fans that say, screw that, I don't want him to be a part of our franchise, I get it. Like, I'm not going to, keep anyone from having that opinion. It's totally fair and valid. So if that's how you feel, that's okay. But I think the fact that the Bucks are bringing him in suggests that they do feel comfortable with kind of everything that he's gone through. And then as far as a basketball player, he's 7 feet tall. He's 250 pounds. Bobby Portis is going to be coming back from injury here in the start of this kind of period after the All-Star break. He missed the 11 games right before the All-Star break, and he's going to start getting back on the floor, but it'll probably be a minutes limit. Giannis might miss some time. Brook Lopez will be fine and ready to go, but they do need a big body around. And I think you can see that, right? If you're thinking about a 10-day contract, when you want to sign a guy, how you want to do it, if you want to try to stretch out as many games as he can play, you sign him on Friday, before the game on Friday, so that you can get him for the first 6 games. Instead, they signed him today officially, and that means he's only going to be able to play 4 games. Like, that speaks to kind of the immediacy of the need and wanting to have that body here. Like, when everything starts going, we need a body right now so that we can get through these practices, we can get on the floor, and we can be okay. So I think it speaks a little bit more to, like, rather than a long-term need with, Portis and Giannis out right now, it's more of a short-term, let's make sure we have bodies. Let's make sure that we can get back on the floor and get right in these first 4 games. And then we'll let that first 10-day go. We can sign him to a second one if we want to, but also if we're good and everyone's fine, then let's go get someone better.
Talking with Eric Name from The Athletic, Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton with you. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
Yeah, we are.
All right. Yeah.
What?
Where are you?
I'm with you.
You have a question?
I thought you had a question. I thought you were resetting because you normally reset and then shoot to a question. I'm sorry, Eric.
This is awkward, guys. What are we doing here? Eric, you were the sports writer of the year, and this is the respect they show you?
That's okay.
I asked the question. It's Matt's turn to ask a question.
Oh,
it's a snow day. It's a snow day. Everyone's minds are elsewhere. It's all good.
Yeah.
Eric, do you have a question for Matt, maybe? You're a journalist.
No, I don't.
What are you doing on your phone? I thought you were looking up a question for Eric.
I was for a little
He's
bit.
very upset. Curling Club was canceled tonight, and
Yeah.
I think Matt is really in his feelings on it.
I was hoping to check the ticker later tonight and see that Madison Curling Club was closed.
Eric, I'll ask you this one. I think you said you watched. Oh, go on.
I want you to get into your Marquette questions. You were all pumped for talking about Marquette.
And it was a little bit of a joke, but I know you said before that Marquette, you that's the only kind of college ball you'll watch right now because it's close to the NBA. I think I saw you tweet. You watched the game last night. Shaka had the really fun reaction after winning, and this team is really fun to watch. Look, you're the closest thing we got to a Marquette reporter because I haven't seen a lot of Marquette games. What do you think of the game? I mean, because I think a lot of Badger fans are Shaka's not coming to Wisconsin, and Wisconsin's not going to be cranking out explosive basketball in a long time. So we're all kind of turning our eyes over to Milwaukee to see what's happening over there.
Yeah, I mean, they're a genuinely fun basketball team. They've been, I think, top 5, top 10 in offensive efficiency throughout the year. They're led by a point guard in Tyler Kolek that really sees the floor well, can really score well. He had a couple clutch baskets last night, one with his left hand, one with his right hand. They had like a big comeback win. I enjoy the basketball that they play largely when they don't turn it over and miss shot. Well, okay, so I enjoy is probably a bit strong. Probably a bit strong. I don't really enjoy it because it's hard for me to enjoy college basketball. But of the college basketball that I've watched, like they play like a pretty solid brand of basketball, and I do find myself enjoying it. So I had a good time watching them last night. They do seem pretty legit. They seem for real. I was saying Creighton feels like a crazy place to play. It seems like that's like the only show in town. Again, I haven't been to Omaha, Nebraska. I can't actually speak to it. I've been to Lincoln, and I can tell you Nebraska football is the only show in that town. So I would guess Creighton is the only show in Omaha. And it's it looked crazy. So to come back from down 10 in that type of atmosphere, I came away pretty impressed last night.
Quick thing. I want to clear this up, and then I want to get your thoughts on the All-Star game. Giannis playing at All-Star game had zero effect. I just want to be clear. Had zero effect on his wrist and everything. Like, obviously I saw it. He literally half threw down a dunk and left the game. But we can clear that up. And then also, I don't know what to do to fix it. I'm going to sound like Matt Hamilton now. And I saw the videos of it. You watch it back in the 90s, and Kobe's going after Jordan, and they were really trying. And I've seen a lot of, and to throw this out there, a lot of people are blaming LeBron for this. I don't know if this is the case, but the All-Star game has just died as far as competitiveness. Will it ever get back, or is this just what we have to deal with?
I think this year they were hurt by having a number of guys out that play, I'm not going to say hard, but actually make it competitive. Giannis, for as much as everyone there roasts him for playing hard and not taking games off and not taking plays off, dude plays hard. And if you don't play hard against him, you're going to get embarrassed. He's just going to keep dunking on you. He's the all-time leading scorer per game, or he was per game at All-Star games before this 2-point performance in 20 seconds. It's really going to crush his averages. But before that, he was averaging 30 points per game. He tries, he goes at it, and all the players kind of made fun of him for it because they just thought they were too cool. But not having him in the game meant there wasn't that checks and balances system where you had the one guy that really goes hard, and then not having Steph Curry hurt. Steph has always been someone that can put on a show in those games, tends to play within the offense, passes the teammates, gets it back, shoots threes. And then LeBron going out at halftime really hurt because he's someone that tries hard. He got hurt trying to block a shot. Those are the things that those guys have brought to it. And I just don't know what the younger generation here is kind of thinking. I know I've heard Amin El Hassan on the Dan Le Batard show kind of talk about there was 12 first or second time All-Stars out there, and they weren't playing hard. And if those guys aren't you haven't earned it yet, right? If a dude that's been in the league for 15 years, goes through the motions or whatever, I think we can all kind of understand all right, they're getting older, they don't have the legs. 23, 24 years old, and you're just not really giving your effort. But then at the end of the year, when you don't get your All-Star bonus or you don't get your All-NBA bonus, you're mad that, people aren't showing you the amount of respect that you deserve. Well, you don't show the All-Star game the amount of respect that it deserves. And I think the bigger thing is no one is asking for all out Game 7, go at it. All anyone's asking for is you can hang out and hit shots back and forth as long as it comes somewhat generally in what looks like a 5-on-5 basketball game.
Yeah.
For the first 3 quarters, if it looks generally like 5-on-5 basketball, you'll be fine. And then you can go really hard in the fourth quarter and everything will be great. But if you don't bring it like that, everyone's just going to wonder what is going on and what are we even doing here?
Eric, as always, we appreciate the insight.
Thanks, Eric.
Sounds good. See you guys.
All right. That's Eric from The Athletic. Eric Name from The Athletic. Missing that, listen back, Wisconsin On Demand, Apple, Spotify, and those great places. Matt, if you have questions, ask him when it's your turn. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Jim Rutledge here to tell you about X Golf Madison, and the most important thing that you need to know is that X Golf Madison is for everyone. I golf there. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a new golfer, or in between like me, X Golf Madison is going to be fun for you. They have a full bar, excellent service, great food, and the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world. You can play one of their 50 courses available, take lessons from a PGA pro, hit the driving range, or even join a league. Stop by their East Madison or Middleton location today, or visit them online at xgolfwisconsin.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute powered by Everlight Solar. Simplify your life, save money, and clean up the environment. Learn more at everlightsolar.com. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Former Badger and NFL player Chris Maragos joined Rutledge and Hamilton on ESPN Madison on Tuesday. Maragos discussed his $43.5 million lawsuit win over the NFL and the process that went into bringing that suit forward.
I had a knee injury in a game that I was playing against the Carolina Panthers back in 2017. Had some difficulties throughout the surgery and rehab, some unfortunate situations that brought the suit forth.
Find the full conversation with Chris Maragos in the Rutledge and Hamilton tab on WisconsinOnDemand.com and the Wisconsin On Demand app.
Lock in your prices at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin by February 28th and get 0% interest for up to 48 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone, America's #1 brakes destination. We have the pads, rotors, drums, shoes, and brake fluids to improve your stopping power. Right now, save 15% when you get any 2 Duralast rotors with a set of Duralast brake pads. Missing a tool? Ask about our free Loan-A-Tool program and borrow the tools you need to get the job done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2021. Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool.
Still overpaying for a razor? In this economy? Gross. At Dollar Shave Club, you can get a top shelf shave at a regular shelf price. We've been hawking shaving products for years online, and we're excited to bring you the same great quality and low prices at a store near you. From high-quality stainless steel blades to super smooth shave creams, Dollar Shave Club's in the business of making your shave easier. Find Dollar Shave Club in the men's razor aisle. Getting your Dollar Shave Club razor wherever you want. Isn't that great?
The happy hour at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton is still Madison's best-kept secret, so shh. From delicious appetizers to amazing drinks, and of course, the ambiance provided by that Horseshoe Bar makes Ruth's Chris Steakhouse a must-go-to. From cocktails with friends, networking happy hours, or just treating the family, and everything in between, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton has everything you're looking for. So the next time you're looking to treat yourself, go to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. And remember, it's Madison's best-kept secret. Shh.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors.
These dorks gave me no time, but I always have time to tell you about my friend Diamond Jim and the team over at Condon Jewelers. This is the jeweler on the east side of Madison and the jeweler on your side. Diamond Jim, the owner of the store, always in the store, ready to help you out, whether you're looking to take the next step in your relationship, whether you're looking to treat yourself. Condon Jewelers is the place to go. Next to Office Max on East Washington Avenue, across from the Easttown Mall area. Go say hi to Diamond Jim. Tell him Stroh sent you.
Stay safe out there. I'll tell you, I'm going to give you a piece of advice. If you think about going to the Badger basketball game tonight, it's not worth it. Stay safe. That's my advice. It's not worth seeing 50 points. Just think about yourself when you're driving home with that ice and snow. Be like, I went and I had to go see the Badgers lose to Iowa and score 50. No thanks. It's been Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light.
See ya.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do.